Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jace and this is my part 2 review on the SmartCap Canopy Defender. This is for the 2024 Plus Gen 4 Tacomas. I bought this 18 months ago. I've already done one review, which I've kind of had some major concerns, and unfortunately they've gotten a little bit worse. So bad that the company actually reached out to me and sent me a possible fix. So today I'm going to be addressing my concern and the problem at hand, and then I will be seeing if the fix will actually resolve the problem. Hopefully it does, but I'll have to kind of test it out and see. SmartCap does have a good warranty. I believe it's 3 years. So let me quickly go over the problems that I addressed in the first video because they're still apparent today, and then I'll talk about the new problems that arise this last summer and show you why it is a concern, and hopefully I'll be able to fix it in today's video. Come back to the rear latches. The main issue that I was having, the latch will not actually shut. So if I go and put this in, it just will not stay latched, and that's really because this little red tab in here is supposed to spring back, and unfortunately it gets so stiff, and graphite lube has helped a little bit, but in the winter cold months it just does not work. So basically these latches just do not work. So I live in central Washington where it does get pretty cold in the winter, but I've pretty much experienced this anywhere I've traveled, whether it's in Seattle or back home. Any sort of temperature under 45 degrees, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, basically it gets so cold and stiff that it's impossible to really shut the latches, or you have to try with many attempts. And I think it's important to bring it up because I went with this Defender specifically because it had no windows, and I wanted to be able to store any expensive equipment, gear, whatever it might be, tools in the back of the bed, and not have to worry about someone being able to easily access and open these. So it is a little frustrating that in the cold months, basically these latches are unusable, which again kind of defeats the purpose of me buying this. And the other problem, the reason why I think that this also is an issue, is you'll see this latch, it does have a rubber cover, but if you come over here, this one has fallen off extremely easily. And I will show you guys today how quickly this actually can come off. So basically, if you're not careful with this, when you are taking your key out and unlocking and locking it, there's a little tab in the back. It's a really thin piece of rubber that holds this intact. So if you pull, and I'll do it right now for you. So if you pull just a little too hard, all of a sudden you've broken this. So this happened to me almost immediately when I was installing it. I did not think that these were this weak, and unfortunately with this happening, you'll see the back of the truck is super dirty. You know, I drive this in Washington, we have de-icer, we don't have salt thankfully, but in the wintertime especially, this kicks up a bunch of dirt, or if you're on any, trails, a lot of mud and dirt just comes and builds up, and it makes these basically latches unusable, because now I can't even take my key and unlock this, which is super frustrating. And to show you guys what I mean, I have my key right here, so I'm gonna try to lock or unlock this, and you'll see that it goes in only like halfway, but it should go in fully, and I can't adjust or turn this. And that's kind of just because of the buildup of dirt and grime. Now that was only the first problem that I was having that I addressed pretty much in my first video review of this, but now there is a second issue with the latches. Now this problem is not happening right now, and I think it's because it's in the winter and it's a little bit colder, but all throughout the summer I was experiencing this. It was so bad that I had to reach out to the company, and they did send me replacement latches, but right now it's not working. However, I thankfully took a video of what I was experiencing over the summer, so I'll play that right now for you guys. Yeah, this latch just will not stay shut even when locked. Like you see, it's fully locked right now. Put it back in. See, look. So shut it, and it just opens every time. This one hasn't started doing it yet. Still can't get this one to go, but this one just every time. All right, so now we are driving. I've only been going on the road for a sec, and you see that the latch is now open. And as you can see from the video that I just showed, pretty much even if you have these latches completely locked, this one right now is unlocked, but if you have them completely locked, it still is possible that this can just fly and pop open. And my major concern with that was the fact that, let me open this up here. So I have inside stored, I've got an axe and a hatchet in here. And my major concern was if this happened to randomly pop open while I'm on the freeway, you'll see from this angle here that how much overhang it has from the outside of the truck. These are just held on by these little awesome 3D printed locks, and they're not the most secure. So if this does fly open, it is very possible that my axes or whatever tools, I have a shovel on the other side, could fall out at highway speeds, which is extremely dangerous. It could, hit a car, hit a vehicle, motorcycle, a person walking. It's just a major concern. So for probably the last 6 months, I have actually not been carrying anything in here just because I've been kind of concerned with these randomly flying open. This is the biggest security concern that I've had with this. If they do fail, they can fly open randomly. Typically when you're driving, I think the vibrations just sort of kind of wiggle it and get these to undo. And I'm just not really sure how much I want to trust this system going forward. And on that note, I've had a lot of you guys watch that first video, and actually SmartCap reached out to me asking if I had submitted a warranty request to swap out the latches. I heard in some forums that people were basically saying that they are gonna replace the new design and just kind of give you the old version, the 1.0 of the latches, which I've never had this kind of canopy before, so I wasn't sure what they looked like, but I did receive in the mail just recently a box of new latches that they've sent me. So today I'm going to install those and kind of see how they differ from the new design. This is basically what the canopy looks like with all the doors open. And today let's go set up the box that they gave me and just see what the new latches look like and see how easy it is to install them. If we look inside, these are the new covers for the latches, which if we come a little bit closer here, they're more of a thicker plastic. And look at the size comparison. This is the old little rubber cover and this is the new one. So a lot bigger, and this I think covers the entire thing. So hopefully this will protect it a little bit more from dust, dirt, grime from the road just from driving. And then it looks like I've got a little bag of screws and 2 new keys for this. So I'm happy that they included these because I wasn't sure what they were gonna do on the key, if they were gonna try to match it with my order or not. Let me take out the rest of the latches here. We should have 6 of them. So it looks like, unfortunately, there is no instructions, but it seems like it's just 1 screw that goes in. So I'm gonna use just a normal screwdriver, and I think it should be a pretty easy installation. So I'll just look at the old ones to give me a guide on how to install these ones. So I've got my screwdriver here, and I'm pretty much just gonna undo this first screw. Well, this is why you don't want to do things with one hand. Got the screw, that's out. This should just pull right out, just like that. I want to kind of show you guys how these compare. So if you look at the old mechanism, to get this to actually open, you would have to press in this center lock, which right now, this one is not working just because it's so gunked up. But press it in and then it should open it up. Now that mechanism is separate, so the actual lock is completely separate from the mechanism that opens the latch. All you have to do is press it in to get that to open. I'm hoping that that fixes it. I think it would be a really big shame if it doesn't, but I'm hoping it does. Now I've laid out all the locks here nicely so that I can install them. There's only 6, it shouldn't take super long, but I wanna show you guys, this is the original one, and the only thing that you have to note with this when installing it is make sure that you first put this around the actual unit. So I've already done it with one of them here. Basically just want to make sure that that is put around properly so that it holds on. I was having some issues installing. I wanted to set up one just so that I knew I was doing it correctly. And you can see I got one installed here. This is the cover, and you open up and this is the latch. I figured out a couple things that, again, there's no instructions, and they have included some extra bolts. If you look here, there are 3 sizes. You've got a small one, which is this one. You've got a medium size one, and then you've got a large size. The medium size screw is the one that you end up bolting the bracket and holding the entire thing in place. And then the other thing is I took just some cleaner and a rag and just cleaned all around this. As I mentioned in the beginning, there is this little rubber gasket that the new ones come with. And if you're using just the rubber gasket and not attaching this cover, this whole unit, for some reason, does not seat up properly and you can't use both. I feel like this one should be important, but I looked online and it seemed like some other guys that were using a similar latch like this, they were not using the original gasket or even the new one. They just use the gasket that sort of is applied when you use the cover. So I'm just gonna use that. Now that I've got one set up, I'm gonna do all of them around the truck, and I'll do a little time lapse of me doing that here, and then I will give my further review when I'm wrapped up. Okay, so I figured something out when I was installing this. I just wanted to try it out since I was here. This is with the medium-sized screw that they gave me, and there does seem to be quite a bit of play. On this far end, I used the smallest screw and there's no play. So I guess I was wrong. I thought that I would have needed the medium-sized one just because I was trying to match the bolt size from the previous one, but let me just swap this one out with the smaller screw and I think that'll fix that. Now that I've got the latches installed, there are a couple other things that I want to address before I finish up my final thoughts on the SmartCap now that I've had it for about 18 months. Okay, so I've had some comments from people asking, how is the sealing on this now that I've had it for this long? In Washington, it does rain a lot. Granted, I am in central Washington, so it's not that bad, but I do go over to Seattle quite often, and I have been in a lot of torrential downpour situations, whether I'm camping or just driving around or if my truck is parked. So I'll go and talk. There's a couple small points where water is coming in, but it hasn't been a huge concern. So if I come in, I'm gonna point my flashlight sort of at where the water seems to be coming in a little bit. So right in the corners on the left and right, water does seem to drip down in these little pockets and fill, not too much in there, just maybe like a small handful. Now it's strange because I think it really depends on the angle of which my truck is parked. So it has been pretty much as watertight as I think it'll be unless you absolutely mess up the seal install, which it is a little tricky, but with a couple hands, it's not too bad. The other thing I want to mention is on the interior of the Canopy, I've noticed some rusting or the start of rust, which seems a little strange to me just because there's not a lot of moisture in the inside of the bed. I don't really ever clean the inside too much. I usually just blow it out with a leaf blower, but I'll kind of point at some spots here. There is some rust starting even on this like top part, I'll put right where the light is. You guys can kind of see rust going all the way down the left side. That is probably the only other concern I have. I think over the years it could get slightly worse, but I don't know if it's enough for me to complain too much about yet. All right guys, so let's get to the most important part of the video. Would I recommend this for a first-time buyer or would I buy this again myself? I think that today, the fact that it's super cold, my hands are numb in my garage, I don't have any beer. I would normally be drinking beer today, or I would have music playing, but I'm making a video here for you guys. I have not been enjoying this too much, but now that I've got it wrapped up, it is what it is. I feel like this is a first world problem. I'm grateful that SmartCap actually reached out to me and said that they had some new parts they wanted to send me. I was a little lazy on reaching out to the department because the locks were still kind of like half working, half not working. And then especially this winter, they were kind of okay. At least they weren't like flying open when I was driving anymore. But I knew I need to get that resolved. So thank you SmartCap for reaching out to me. I paid full price for this. So it was like 3,500 bucks. Wasn't cheap. I think that the other options, were closer to like 5,000, and I didn't want to do like a soft top. I really wanted a hard top. So I liked that SmartCap had an option that didn't have any windows or glass, and this is the Defender. They have a couple other ones that have glass, like either on the rear panel or the sides, but that overall just kind of upped the price, and I didn't want to spend really more than 3,500 bucks. So I think for 3,500 bucks, this isn't a bad setup. There's a small few things obviously you have to adjust, but I feel like if you're handy with tools and willing to reach out, obviously the company and can provide good enough communication with them to what your problems might be, SmartCap's been fine for me to work with. So I would say definitely look still, because as the years goes on, the truck, this is new, but there are other brands coming out. I see a lot of Lear on the road driving. That's what my buddies have, and they have a different locking mechanism. I think those are some cool options to maybe consider. But the important thing that you guys can see on the top here, this is my my tent. So I have a iCamper SkyCamp tent. It is their bigger size. It weighs like, I think 180 pounds. And then when I'm up there, it can fit up to 4 people. I would never have 4 people up there, but 2 people in gear, you know, you might add another, you know, 500-600 pounds in total to that weight on the top of the canopy here. And the canopy and the actual smart racks, or I think I can't remember what they call it, but their load bars actually can support up to like 770 pounds of static load, which for me, that was like one of the most important things. And then the dynamic load drops a little bit, but I think it's 260 pounds or something, or somewhere around there, which is still plenty for what this canopy can carry. So I've definitely enjoyed it. It's a cool piece of equipment to have. I've never really had a truck before, so I like it so far. But yeah, I think I would definitely still do more research before you decide on making your final decision. But thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll post more content soon, camping, doing some more adventurous stuff with this setup, because this truck has been awesome. So thanks guys, have a good one.